We've got Corley Peel with the Houston Office of Emergency Management now.
Yeah, right now she's getting new information from Fire Chief Sam Pena. We want to go live right now. Good morning, Corley. What are you guys hearing from there?
Yeah, we're here at the Houston Emergency Management Headquarters, where it is an all hands on deck situation right now. And I want to bring over the Fire Chief, Sam Pena. Can you tell us what you're seeing right now, kind of what it looks like out there for your crews and the responses that y'all have made so far?
So we're seeing an increase in call volume. We're outpacing the normal call volume. Mainly it's street level flooding. So we're gonna see extreme street level flooding. We're gonna see high winds and widespread power outages. So look, we recommend that if you don't need to be out on the street, stay home, because that's what we're seeing right now. We have 23 high water rescues, all from street level. We did have one house fire, and unfortunately, it seems like there was one fatality related to that house fire. But we're gonna see power issues, electrical issues, down power lines, and street flooding. So the best thing to do is to avoid those hazards and stay home.
And you mentioned that fatality. Any indication that that house fire was caused by lightning or from the storm?
No, we don't know. I mean, it's still under investigation, so we'll know for sure after the investigation is concluded. Yeah.
So right now, just one house fire, but what would you recommend that people do if they see that their power lines are popping, their power poles might be starting to catch fire? Because we have had some people reach out to us saying that in their backyard they've noticed some flames on their power poles.
Yeah. Look, we're going to see high winds. With high winds, we're going to see issues with the power lines. If you see down power lines, if you see any issues with the electrical problems at the transformers, just stay away from that location. Call 911, but remain away from those locations. It's high hazard.
And right now, it's best for people to stay inside their houses because y'all are clearly making a lot of calls.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, don't expose yourself to the risk, and don't expose the first responders that would have to go out there and rescue. So it's best just to stay home at this point.
And those high water rescues that y'all have made, have those been with drivers or people at their homes?
Those have been primarily on the streets with flooded streets. So look, it's being an active system right now. We're outpacing the normal call volume, and it's mainly the high water rescues and issues with electrical power lines.
And what is the biggest challenge that y'all might be facing right now?
Well, we're facing the same issues that everybody else is. We have issues with power at some of our stations. We have issues with access, the street flooding. So we're having the same issues. But again, we don't want to make the situation worse. The best thing we can do is, and what we recommend our public to do, is just stay home.
And it's, we're just kind of getting started here. We have a long morning, long afternoon ahead of us. What's the next steps once this storm rolls through? What will y'all be doing after that?
Look, with the anticipated outages, some of those may be long-term. We expect a long cleanup process. We have resources on standby now to start clearing some of the debris off the road, but we expect a long cleanup process. And depending on what the problems to the infrastructure are for the electrical system, we may see things down the road. So if you're using generators, make sure you use those appropriately, because carbon monoxide poisoning is a real concern, especially after the storms and after the power goes out.
That's right, and we are facing a lot of power outages right now. And you mentioned generator safety. That's a big deal. What are some tips that you have for people that might be wanting to ramp up their generators right now?
If you're going to use a generator, use them outside at least 20 feet from your home. If you're going to use your vehicle to charge your cell phone or other devices, don't run the car inside the garage, even if the door is open, because carbon monoxide will collect in your house, and even small levels can be deadly.
That is so true. And also, we saw on the way here, we were driving on our way to the emergency management offices, a lot of transformers popping, a lot of power lines laying low. I mean, there's got to be power lines down in the road. So what do you want to remind drivers about, since there's power outages, to just stay inside? What's kind of the danger there?
Absolutely. Look, stay home. This is a fast-moving storm. We expect it to be out of our area by just shortly after noon today. So stay home until this passes. One, there's going to be a lot of debris on the road. There's down power lines, and those are an issue. assume that they're all live if you see power lines on the ground.
Have you been responding to any structural damage, any trees on top of houses or anything like that at this time?
At this point, it's been just debris on the street, debris causing issues with the power lines. We have had some of the stations that have been damaged by the wind, causing access. But look, we're even experiencing those issues and flooding. We can't get in or out of some of the stations, so we're doing workarounds. Our personnel they're resourceful, right? Proud of the work that they're doing. They're doing a bang-up job. And but look, don't make it worse for yourself or the first responders. If you can stay home, stay home.
That is such great advice. Thank you so much, Chief Pena. We really appreciate your time, and we're definitely thinking of your crews out there as well as they are responding to the storm.
Stay safe.
Thank you so much. All right, again, we're here at the Emergency Operations Center. You can see there are a lot of people out here monitoring those conditions from the storm. We have fire, police, emergency management. It's an all hands on deck situation, and we, of course, are monitoring everything out here. We are hoping to hear from Mayor John Whitmire later this morning, but we, of course, will keep you updated. Reporting live, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
All right, thank you so much for that, Corley.